This is a video about Cats the Musical. Listen, I mulled it over for a while because I listened to the soundtrack of the new movie and like I didn't want to see the movie because it looks terrifying. But after the day after I listened to the soundtrack, I came across the bootleg of the 2016 Broadway revival. And I had a lot of feelings about it. And I was like, okay, I really want to talk about Cats the Musical, but I'm not good at articulating my thoughts on this because it's like important to me. And I was like, if I do a video essay, it's not gonna make sense. And also, I'm not in high school anymore. I don't have to write essays. And so I was like, but I still want to talk about it on YouTube. So my friends were like, what if you did a get ready with me while you talked about it? And I was like, Jaden, you're a genius. I think it was Jaden. If it wasn't Jaden, I'm sorry. Attack me in the comments. But I'm doing that, and I'm drinking a cruiser because that's all I have in my house. I discovered this musical, I think October of 2018. It was a coincidence. I can't remember how exactly, but I stumbled across the 1998 movie version of Rum Tum Tugger, and I was like, holy shit, this musical that everybody disses all the time is actually kind of cool. And so I was like, okay, I might look into this a little further, and I listened to like a few random songs to start with, and then when my friend was over one time, I was like, hey, do you want to just watch all of Cats the Musical because it's all on YouTube? And we did that, and I started hyperfixating, and I was like, wow, this is some gay shit. And so I thought about it for a while, and then I just sort of lost interest. And then the trailer came out for the movie, and I wanted to die. But that's all backstory. Cats is my favorite musical, even though I have, there's a few songs that I don't like, full stop. Skimbleshanks is boring as hell. I don't care. And the reason I was sort of drawn in was the inherent gayness of people in tight bodysuits dressed as cats dancing on the stage. That appealed to me immediately. But then you watch it and you're like, hold up, these cats might be gay. I hope this video is not 40 minutes long because my phone will kill me. But my main point and the main talking point I have regarding this musical is Rum Tum Tugger and fuck, I forgot to wet my beauty blender, and Mr. Mistopheles, and the fact that they are boyfriends. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Listen. Usually stuff like this, when I'm like, oh, this character's so gay, that's me, projecting and just doing my regular gay thing where I'm like, they're all gay. Even though I'm right, sometimes I'm not. It's not like I'm drawing this from nothing, because lots of other people think it, and lots of other people will ship it. Hi, Davin. Because it's not explicitly said, it never is, but it's they're at the very least best friends. In Rum Tum Tugger's introductory song, entitled Rum Tum Tugger, it's sung by himself, of course, but there is a particular line in the song where Mr. Mistopheles, in the 1998 version, says, "The Rum Tum Tugger is a terrible bore, but he doesn't look like he really means it. And Tugger's just like, you funny guy. And also throughout that song, Misto doesn't have any other lines. I'm gonna call him Misto and Tugger because I'm that bitch. Where the fuck was I? I was making a real good point, I know I was. Oh yeah, Misto's like watching and he's like enjoying it. I don't think he dances with the other kittens because he's not a kitten. He's a big boy. But like he's like, oh, look at him go. That's my boyfriend. No. And like that's all nice and well. But then real techniques, sponge. But then 2016, Broadway's like, let's revive Cats. And they did. And I was like, wow, that's cool. But I only found a bootleg like 2 days ago. Motherfucker, that choreography. Like, in that version, Misto doesn't say the terrible bore line, which I'm like not that bothered about, considering the choreography. Like, Misto's not doing anything in this song except for dancing with Tugger. And it's so cute and it's so sweet and I love them. I would provide like evidence, but I don't feel like it. They're like dancing with each other and it's very sweet and like I think it's Andy Blankenbuehler, don't quote me on that, who choreographed it. So like thank you for my rights. And then Pale! And then there's Mistopheles' song. He doesn't sing it. In 1998, he does not sing his own song. This song takes place after the Cats like leader, like the Jellicle leader, old Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. He like is like missing because McCavity, I'll get back to him later, like fucked with him and everybody's like, oh shit, we gotta find old Deuteronomy. And Rum Tum Tugger's like, let me introduce you to someone. I look insane. And so he sings the first, I guess, verse. The original Conjuring Cat. There can be no doubt about that. And he's like, please, listen to me. And don't scoff. Like, this is Rum Tum Tugger. He's like, hey, this is my boyfriend. I'm gonna sing about him, and I'm not lying. And so he does, and he starts like, he does the first verse. He does the first verse, and, you know, that's like all good. And he's like, he's literally singing his praises. Literally singing his praises. And then, at the end of the first verse, or chorus, or whatever, I can't remember. This is a disaster. I put too much. Reese Bradley to the clown room. Hey, bud! And then at the end of the first chorus, Misto comes down from the awnings. Awnings? Is that a word? He comes down and he's like, he's wearing a LED jacket, flashing, and he goes, presto, and he turns on the lights because McCavity blew them all out. Like, not like, and then he's like, presto, like this little twink. This little twink turns them all on in a second. He's a twink. Like, he's even describing like his physical traits with Tugger, you know, like he's quiet. That's not a physical trait. He's small. he's black from his ears to the tip of his tail. Like, that's not necessary to convince the cats that he's magical, but thanks. We get it, you're in love. Mephistopheles comes down and he turns on the lights. And in the 1998 version, Tugger sings the rest of the song. But in the 2016 Broadway revival, it turns into a duet. I'm soft. Where was I? Oh yeah. And it's a sweet duet, and like, if you want to be a raging heterosexual, sure, it's two best friends. But like, listen. Mr. Mephistopheles is wearing an LED coat that, later in the song, when he's doing photos, see, I know dance things, it flashes rainbow. He's literally wearing a pride flag. Huda booty. Choreography for me is what really sells it. Like, you could listen to it and be like, oh, this is nice. But then you see it and you're like, these hoes gay. So those are my selling points for the I don't know what the ship name is. It's like Tugophiles or something. I don't know. There's probably more, but you know, like I said, not good at articulating my thoughts. Next point, less potent, but I'll do that later. Bomb Ballerina and Demeter, girlfriends. Listen. First of all, they have the McCavity song, which, banger. Bomb Ballerina and Demeter, they obviously have their duet, which is McCavity, which is a really good song. They obviously have like a dynamic, like Demeter's like, ooh, McCavity's a bad man. When Bomb Ballerina's like, ooh, he's kind of like a bad boy, and he cheats at cards. But they also sing together in The Old Gumby Cat with that old bitch who sings Gus. I don't know her name. The way I see the two of them is that Bomb Ballerina is extremely protective over Demeter, and I just think they're cute together. Like, I don't have as much evidence, but like, I just think they're cute lesbian cats, what can I say? And Bomb Ballerina, she, in Rum Tum Tugger's song, she flirts with him and she's like, let's have cat sex. But I don't know, does she really mean it? Does she not? She could just be chilling. McCavity. I have some problems with Idris Elba's McCavity. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his vibe is, but it says in like McCavity's song, it literally outright says, McCavity is a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin. They cast thick legend Idris Elba and made the cat brown. I just want you to think about that for a moment. You had one job. It was to make him make him a ginger cat. And you fucked it up. I'm running out of thoughts. No, I'm not. I'm not running out of thoughts. Mephistopheles is best boy. I have no idea what the fuck I was talking about. I would wouldn't do that, wouldn't I? Mistopheles is best boy. Like, I know best boy is usually applied to like anime characters like Kirishima. Deservedly so. Deservedly so. But Mr. Mistopheles is so cute. In the 1998 movie, at the beginning of the old Gumby cat, Misto stands at the front while Monkey Strap starts to sing, and he's like, oh, I bet they're about to sing about me. And then he's like, he scratches his ear, and then he goes to the back, and then he uses his magic to like reveal Jenny and Dots, and it's the cutest shit. And like throughout the movie and like the musical, oh, he's just doing cute shit, and like, I'm so soft. I'm so soft for him. You don't even understand. I feel the same feelings for Mr. Mistopheles as I do for Kirishima. And that's a lot. In general, he's like the best dancer. That's like the requirement to play Mr. Mistopheles. Be a killer dancer, or you can't play him. That's the rules. And he always is, and it's always so, like in his song, if he's not singing, he's always dancing, and it's just, it's cute. I'm like halfway through this now, and I'm thinking about Denki Kaminari, and I don't know why. I don't think about him very much. I don't think he's a traitor. Why does Jason Derulo Tugger try to suck Victoria's toes? I'm calling the police. They're on their way. I've never twerked for any other person, but I will for YouTube money. The 2019 movie, I haven't seen it. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if there's even dialogue in it. Like, I don't know if they did the sing all the way through thing like they should have, but I don't know what McCavity's deal is in that, but from what I've heard, they're not doing that. Especially because they got rid of Demeter, hate crime, in the movie. They don't have that, he doesn't have that same scary vibe, especially because he's played by Idris Elba, who is just, he's a beautiful man. I love that clip of him on Hot Ones. It's such a good meme. What the fuck? Good meme. But I'm still baffled as to how they got such like a high build cast for this movie. When I first heard about it, it was like, I'd heard about it before I got into Cats, and I was like, that'll be funny. And then I heard about it after I got into Cats, and like all of the promo shit hadn't been released yet. So I was like hopeful. I know like everybody's said this, everybody and their mum, but the fact that McCavity's broken every human law is so funny to me. This man committed tax fraud. This man's got a DUI. Where did he get that? He also breaks the law of gravity, which implies that he too is magical. So maybe Mr. Mistopheles is not the original Conjuring cat. I still haven't finished Haikyuu. Eyebrows. And like, at this point, I think it's January the 8th. I don't know. The next season, 4? I don't know. It comes out in like 2 days. And I still haven't finished season 2. So. Because I want to get a little crazy and go, whoop. You know, when I go doop, why do we keep doing that? Like, go doop, but not like do, you know? Right now on your phones. I might like ramble about anime, like instead of Cats now. Oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna be just like Kirishima. Bitch, hold up. Ow! I'm supposed to be talking about cats. Songs that aren't good. Oh! Kirshi, no. Mistopheles' Best Boy. Further evidence. Buster for Jones. I always skip that song because it's like, Buster for Jones. Like, also fuck James Corden. He wants to be just like him because he's black and white as well. And he's like following him around and oh, I look insane. Like, because I have the ends of my eyebrows shaved, as you can tell. I went a little further with this one than that one, so it's gonna look a little uneven. He loves his boyfriend. He's a twink. Sounds similar to someone else we know, doesn't it? I'm kidding. Kirishima's not a twink. He's a twunk! Like this. I open the toilet door. I just don't like this. Ow. This is from the Morphe palette. I don't know what palette. Amy gave it to me. She was like, does anyone want this? I was like, fuck yeah, baby. You know what? This eyebrow was a weird idea. I'm not good enough to execute it yet, so... Oh, I just made it worse. It's okay. I just got... Ah! There goes my tripod. I need a burp. Listen, I'm not drunk. Ew, who is that? Pennywise? Bruh. Talk about something interesting. For once. I very, very much don't like the Cats movie, and I don't like. I thought about going to see it, but I'm not doing that. I'm gonna down the rest of this cruiser. Let's go. How am I so bad at this? Listen. I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm done now. I don't want to do anymore. In conclusion, Cat's good. Paramount? Fact check that. Paramount / Warner Bros. Bad. Paramount bad. Mistopheles' Best Boy. Twink. Tiger Twunk. Oh! One last point. Bon Ballerina and Rum Tum Tugger are by solidarity. Good night. I'm gonna go wash this off and have a shower. Because there's cruiser in my hair. Why did I do that? My lipstick hasn't dried.